Hi, I'm Kareema Gadsden. I'm a Black American, originally from Jersey City, New Jersey, and I went to Morgan State University. Go Bears! um, yeah, I just wanted to speak a little bit about my college experience and how it led to what I do now. I'm going to preface it by saying I've always loved media. I've always loved the TV film industry for as long as I can remember. So I knew going into college that I would want to do something within TV or film. Didn't know exactly what it was. So college is kind of where I explored that. So my major in college was TV production. So I knew enough to know that I didn't want to go the PR route or broadcast journalism route because I wasn't as interested like in news type of media. So I tried out TV production, which was great because I loved my entire experience there at Morgan. And I did graduate top of my class along with my twin sister, which was amazing. But yeah, the experience was great. And some of the tips that I'll give as far as me figuring out what aspect of TV production that I wanted to be a part of was taking internships, because to me, I guess I'm more of an active learner. You really don't know if you're going to really like something until you actually trying it out. So that's the route I went in with internships. So I did an internship where I was a production assistant in a media company in DC, which is a lot of legwork. And I mean, it's a very rewarding job, but it made me realize that that's not the area that I wanted to be a part of. And then I also took an internship during my college years at a great program. It's called Multicultural Advertising Intern Program. So I was a broadcast intern in that program. And even though it was like advertising agencies, companies, I got to see the broadcast experience when it comes to like commercials. And that was a phenomenal experience. And I would recommend anybody who's interested in like TV production or advertising, especially, try to get into that program. It's, I believe it's still happening. It's called MATE, Multicultural Advertising Intern Program. And the founder of that program is Tiffany Warren, who is now, I believe, the Chief Diversity Officer at Sony. So it's a really excellent program, and they really curated it so you can get a full experience and really get to see all sides of that process. So I realized that I did like the technical side, the back behind the scenes type side of TV and production and all that it entails through that internship. So I would highly recommend doing internships. I believe there's a lot of paid internships these days, but even if it's a free internship, I would highly recommend doing it if it's a company that you're specifically interested in, because you will be surprised at just getting into, like, if you, like, say it's HBO and you do an internship there, when people get to know you, they get to see you, then it's that much easier for you to get like a job there, like when you apply, because, they already work with you. You already kind of know their systems. So I would highly recommend internships. It's a really great program. Also, to speak to me now, I currently work at NBC Universal in Los Angeles, California, and I'm a video distribution manager. I love my team. I love working in the TV industry, which was what my goal was. I love working there. It's an amazing experience, and I really greatly appreciate college time as far as figuring out what aspect I want to be in, because that's a huge part of your career. You want to do something you love every day, and you spend so much time working in the real world that when you love it, it doesn't feel like work, So I think that's a really great goal. So if you haven't figured out, take the time to figure it out, and use college as a way to figure it out. Whether it's taking courses, whether it's taking internships, it's really, truly helpful. Speaking of going back to college, let me think. The courses that I found kind of challenging, I think, were things, honestly, it was things that are not really, at least things I felt like were not really focused on my career path, which was TV production. Every TV associated course I took, I was loving. But in college, you have to get through the basics first. You have to do the maths, the sciences, all of that kind of stuff, like your basic entry to college. So I wasn't fond of those, but I was able to do those successfully because I went to a very good college prep high school. So that really kind of set me up in that first year in college as far as taking those courses. So I wasn't too intimidated or thrown off. But when they got into like junior and senior year is when they start focusing more on what your major is and what you really like want to do with life and in your career. And I found those courses to be so much more fulfilling and fascinating because, I was still trying to figure out which area in media that I wanted to work in. So, and not to say that you can silo into one, but, it's really good to get a gauge of what makes you happy, of what you feel fulfilled by. So take that time definitely in college to do so with that. So I just wish you great success in your journey. You got this. And speaking from one person who went to an HBCU, you can be very successful in the major and the career path that you choose. You can do it all. So anyway, thanks so much. You got this. Congrats.